Good morning, subscribers. Welcome back after a long and well-earned Easter break. And today I'm going to bring you the first in a series of videos for the new GCSE specification in economics from OCR. And particularly today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about the actual structure of the exam paper. So without further ado, ladies and gents, let's get into it. You'll be familiar, obviously, I'm sure, as we run up to the imminent exams, the general structure, which is of course your multiple choice questions, followed by your extended answer questions based upon particular case studies. And the first thing that I want to point out, ladies and gentlemen, is, if we can let's just flick along. So this is part C, this is the first part C of one of these questions, and as you can see, it says using a diagram, analyse. Now the key point which I wish you to remember here is that every part C question on this paper will be an analyse question. So if we flick on to the next question, if I can just find it. So let's do D part 3, so here's the next one. And there's part C again. So again, analyse, and this is consistent the whole way through the paper. Now, if you're not sure how to answer an analyse question, I have already put together a video on that, which you'll be able to find. I'll put a little link up so that you can find it. But that is the first point. Every question C on the GCSE papers, be that micro or macro, will always be an analyse question. Okay, next point, and perhaps the more important point, refers to part D3 of each of these questions. D part 3. And D part 3 is always going to be an evaluate question. So I'm sure you know by now the structure for an evaluate question. Again, if you don't, I'll put a little card up to show you how to answer such a question. But the general gist is this: do your definitions, do a little bit of explanation, analysis, diagram, and then maybe some sort of evaluative comment at the end, followed by a conclusion. That's your general sort of structure for that. You probably find, especially if you're using a diagram, there won't be enough room on the outline here of the script, and you might have to turn to the additional pages at the back to do that. And by all means, do that and make use of that. But the key point for part D, D part 3, let me just flick to D3 on this one, which is all to do with elasticity, I think. So D part 3, asterisk there to indicate that it's a higher tariff scoring question. Evaluate the importance of price elasticity of supply. Now, on the old legacy specification, it used to be the case that you'd simply be landed with a big discussion question for 8 marks on the old spec. Now, on this particular specification, what the exam board are doing is that they're trying to give you help, and they're trying to scaffold your answer so that when you eventually arrive at D part 3, you've already assimilated some thoughts in your mind as to what you might include. Now, how are they doing that? Well, they are doing that using the questions in D part 1 and D part 2. So let's have a look at D part 1 in this particular question. So D1, very simple question, explain what is meant by price elasticity of supply. So the evaluate question, D part 3, is all to do with price elasticity of supply. But here we have, if you will, the building blocks of your answer for an extended answer question, all to do with price elasticity of supply. So this is the sort of the explain part of it. Then into D part 2, draw a diagram to show price and inelastic supply. So again, getting you to think about structure, diagrams, how you might analyse the diagram, and all of that provides you with the scaffold and the foundation so that whenever you come to D part 3, evaluate the importance, well, you already know in your mind, right, I know how to explain it, I know what a diagram looks like, and I can put all of these things into this answer and then build upon that to produce a tip-top evaluation style answer. So you'll find that repeated, ladies and gentlemen, throughout all of the questions on these micro and macro papers. That is the structure. and I think that's a very helpful and useful structure. So I'm going to leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen, and see you next time. Bye for now.